and gentlemen, to Longbox Chronicles Month here on Reaction and Review. Yes, guys, it is that time of year once more. I am dedicating an entire month to movies based on comic books, and I'm kicking things off with a movie from 2003. That movie is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Now, I can only tell you guys two things about this movie. First of all, almost every person who's told me about it has warned me that the movie is a piece of shit. And yet I still want to see if it actually is that bad. The only other thing I know is that this movie has been disowned by the man who created the comic book. Now, to some people, that would probably seem like a big deal. But to comic book fans who know that The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was created by Alan Moore, and that Alan Moore has disowned every movie based on one of his comics, it really is just basically another day for Alan Moore. So, yeah, I don't know if this thing is genuinely as bad as most people say. I vaguely remember seeing ads for this thing back in 2003. I have no earthly clue if it's going to be any good. I have no idea if I am going to enjoy this at all. I have no idea if I wasted was it $3 or $4 when I bought this? Who cares? I don't know if I have wasted money on this. That I think is sort of the point here. And the only way I'm going to find out if this thing has any kind of merit at all is if I shut up and I push play, and I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Alright guys, I am going to say this. This is a really awesome effect they have for our fucking invisible man. This looks really cool, guys. You know, guys, I'm genuinely having a bit of a hard time picturing fucking, Mr. Hyde as essentially a knockoff of the Hulk. I really am. I'm really kind of hoping that I can get used to that as the film goes on, but it just feels fucked up, you know what I mean? Wait a moment, wait. So, let me see if I understand this. So, they captured him when he was Mr. Hyde, yet they still have the case with all of his little vials of, the shit that turns him from Jekyll to Hyde? Did they pick that up before they captured him? I'm really curious now, guys, because at no time did they ever seem to make a stop to go and pick up this fucking, case of his. Where the fuck did it, come from? I'm kind of curious now. You know, guys, this movie started off really promising. It did. It started off really promising, really awesome. Now it's kind of turned into a bore. It's like, it, guys, is really shocking how awesome this fucking thing started off. And now it's just sort of spiraling the fucking toilet, and I'm really hoping that it's able to pick up again. Because, damn it, I really liked that opening, 40 minutes. I kind of wish it would go back to that, you know what I mean? Well, guys, good news is the movie actually has picked up and it's gotten a little bit more interesting again. Unfortunately, at this point, I still, though, don't fucking care what happens anymore because it still isn't as good as it was when it fucking started. So, yeah, this movie's been a little bit of a fucking letdown, you know what I mean? Well, guys, that was The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Let's shut that off. Okay. If I could sum up this movie in one word, that word would be disappointing. I'm going to start with writing. I'm going to try to see if I can talk about the writing here, because the writing, guys, is really the one big shining spot where this movie dies very slowly. Because, you see, the movie starts off really, really strong. And the opening act, the opening, 40 minutes, let's say, really does make you care about what could possibly come up, because we are shown Quartermain and Skinner and Sawyer and Gray and the rest of our cast, and we also are given why all of them are being formed, because a character known as the Phantom is essentially trying to start World War One. Okay, that sounds awesome. All right, rock on. Unfortunately, as soon as we have our team formed, then the movie doesn't know what to fucking do. And the moment that everybody is on board Nautilus and are trying to find the Phantom, all of a sudden everything just sort of dies. And instead of giving us serious character depth, we have characters giving us summaries of the books they were featured in, which feels incredibly lazy. I mean, okay, yes, I myself have never read a picture, or rather the picture of Dorian, Gray. But I didn't need Dorian fucking Gray to give me a summary of it, instead of, giving me more reason to care about him. If I seriously wanted to know more about Dorian Gray, I would have read the book. And frankly, this actually has kind of sort of interested me in looking for the book and giving it a fucking read. But still, we didn't need the film to come to a screaming stop and have Dorian Gray sum up his story. We didn't need to have Dr. Jekyll talking to Mr. Hyde and summarizing the story of their fucking book. We didn't need Quartermain explaining one of the numerous stories that he has been featured in, or rather a plot point from one of those stories that kind of sort of gets a mild payoff at the very end. But naturally, all of this is told because we need reason to care about these characters, and that didn't fucking work. But also, all of this has payoff later on. And Dorian has to talk about his painting, and he has to talk about what the painting does, because, spoiler here for those of you who know that story, that happens to get a payoff at the very end. And we have to hear about the formula that turns Jekyll into Hyde, because the formula plays a plot point in the film. Just everything, guys, is told not honestly to help build the characters so much as to give us basically a plot and give us shit to fucking pay off. It's not really a good way to write, and it's certainly not the way that I would have written it, and I can only assume that is not how Alan Moore wrote these characters, provided that these characters are even in his fucking comic. I have no idea. I'm just saying, guys, that it really is that second act. It is that middle 40 minutes where the movie doesn't know what to fucking do. It is feeding us fucking summaries of these these characters' backstories, specifically, so that way we have payoff later. We get two big. Well, I'm going to put this in huge quotes. We get two big twists. That honestly would only count as twists if you weren't paying attention to the fucking movie, just saying. And that seriously is it, guys, for the second act. Is we get nothing and a couple of twists. And then the third act, things once more begin to, pick up. Unfortunately, by that point, the damage has been done, and you're just sort of basically, limping out through the final act, hoping and praying for something good to fucking happen, and it never comes. Ultimately, guys, the writing here is the biggest issue, because I'm going to tell you right now, the acting here is decent. Special effects here are mostly good. There honestly are a couple of issues. I will try to touch on those. The score here is fairly decent. Camera work is awesome. The sound mix is good. The one thing which absolutely destroys this film is the script, and it's partially because we aren't given anything that isn't said unless it's there to pay off later. The only fucking reason why we have Quartermain teaching fucking Sawyer how to friggin' snipe from ultra long distances is because that's going to have a payoff later. It seriously is not there to try to build up any kind of a, character building friendship between the two characters. No, it is done because there is going to be payoff later. The very fact that that is what everything is said for, is just simply for payoff later, just shows me that the people who wrote this don't know how to write character well, which is sad because they are working with characters who have been fucking established in classic pieces of fucking literature, and they still turned them into shallow pieces of garbage. It's really kind of sad. And so anyway, yeah, guys, I honestly could sit here and I could harp on the fucking writing, because once more, it started off really fucking strong, and then it just sort of died. And it fucking died slowly and painfully, and I am really fucking let down by that. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave writing. I'm gonna leave writing be. Otherwise, I'm gonna be here all fucking day. Anyway, the acting here though is still definitely good. I will honestly say that Connery turned in kind of sort of a weaker showing compared to other things that Connery has worked on. But I honestly think that is partially because Sean Connery was trying to not outdo the rest of the cast. Because, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, Connery is an awesome actor. He is. And if he honestly were to have turned in his best, it seriously would probably have made everybody else's performances look kind of shit. So he honestly had to dial it fucking back some in order to kind of sort of balance it all out, and it works. It totally does. So guys, this here is probably the one instance where I have found where somebody turned in a weaker showing and it benefited the movie. And I never thought I would say that. However, though, Connery going and dialing now with him going and dialing back his work, it really does make the whole fucking cast shine, because then, guys, nobody here is better than anyone else in terms of acting, and that works. At least it fucking works for me. So anyway, yeah, guys, the acting here is good. Special effects. I do need to comment on the one big set of special effects here, because it is a massive mixed bag, and that is the character of Skinner. Now, Skinner is, in this story, he is our Invisible Man. And there are some shots that are really awesome with him, such as anything where we have close-ups, and you basically just see a trench coat and a hat floating. And he's sitting there, and he is smearing on cream, so that way then you can see his face, and all of that looks awesome. The problem is that then in the wider shots, instead of trying to continue that awesome looking effect, they basically then just give the actor a rubber fucking face mask, slaps it on, and then that works. Now that probably wouldn't be so bad if perhaps maybe we stuck with one look in this scene and then one look in the next scene. However, it changes from shot to shot in the same scene, and it looks kind of bad. All right, it seriously does. And this movie, guys, was made with a rather sizable $78 million budget. I understand that $17 million of that went to just getting Connery to play in this thing. But still, you had plenty of fucking budget. There is no reason why you couldn't have had just a little bit of consistency when it comes to exactly how Skinner looks from shot to shot in the same scene. That, honestly, guys, is the only comment I have when it comes to problems with special effects. The rest of them look fine. I mean, especially since this movie was made in 2003. CG here and special effects here all look fine for 2003. Then we have here the score is good. Lighting here is fine, and the sound mix is good. Pyro is okay. There is tons and tons of things, you know, like blowing up and burning and all the, and you know, just fucking like everything else, and all of that works. So guys, ultimately, I would love to say that I could recommend this, and if I would have stopped the movie after the first 40 minutes, I would have said, "Oh fuck yeah, you totally have to watch this." However, the second act completely destroys this film, and as much as the third act is trying to, and as much as the third act is trying to rebuild all of the fucking awesome we saw in the first act, it just is not enough. So ultimately, I cannot recommend this unless you see it unless you see it on TV, or if you have fucking Netflix. Why? I mean, fucking like why? I mean, like why the fuck not? And yeah, boy. If you find this thing on sale for say like $2, go ahead, pick it up, try it out. What the fuck? It's only like $2. As for me, I spent $4 on this. That's $4. I kind of wish I could get back. Plus side is I do know that I can take this into one of my local shops. I'll probably get about $2 for it. So ultimately, the thing only cost me, when all is said and done, it'll probably have only cost me about $2. Awesome. However, to actually spend anything more than that on this movie, I cannot. Just no. Now, oh my God. I swear, guys, I really thought this movie was going to be a good one. I genuinely did. Especially after the first act wowed me so fucking much. Unfortunately, guys, this thing is probably one of the biggest fucking letdowns I've ever seen in this series, and that is saying a lot. This thing could have, and by all rights should have been amazing, and instead, I don't think I'm ever going to be coming back to it. So, yeah. This thing kind of sucked. Anyway, guys, you know what? I honestly am kind of sort of in a mood for some more fucking Alan. I'm in the mood to watch a little more Alan fucking Moore stuff. So I'm going to go watch my copy of Watchmen. Why? Because that movie is fucking amazing. Anyway, guys, with that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.